Hello and welcome. Let's play ourselves a game here against the Serbian Bum Bum. Bum Bum. Totally out of book, but playing something. Something weird, which is exactly what you should expect when you're playing a Serb. I think it's the kind of position that warrants an artificial castling. How do we hold this pawn? Is it going to be with this bishop here? Maybe so. How are we going to handle this stuff? Do we have a plan? Yeah, we're going to play. It's ugly. I played so badly there. Played so badly there. Okay. Okay. Let's not make it any worse. So we're down a pawn early in the game. What do we have as compensation? Not much. But we're gonna call it a sacrifice anyway. That's what we call it in the business. Whenever you lose a pawn or something, I sacrificed the pawn. Try to get some counterplay on the offside, but it didn't work out. But yeah, I was brave. Alright, so we're gonna play with activity. Gonna play with a bit of fire. And bishop knight here is gonna be quite a good move for him. Well, can't do much about it. Just continue developing normally and can't really do much about this either, other than to invite the trade of bishop for knight. At least we have the bishop pair and he doesn't, so we can claim that tiniest morsel of not advantage but compensation, something to minimize the shittiness of the position a tad. This knight here is very good though, very good knight, very good check. Very good follow-up check. Definitely putting pressure on us, but ultimately he does have to go back and hold on to this pawn, right? You do have to go back home to mama, don't you? Oh, that's spicy. That's really spicy and seems unwarranted given the position. But we're gonna have to have a look at this now more closely and just see. Capture. Is there something I'm missing? I don't think so. So we are not fully back in the game, but we've I think we've handled the material deficit that was existing. Now all we have is a bit of a positional deficit, slight positional deficit. So this is basically this pawn is a very weak pawn here. That's the main problem currently. And this knight is looking to come in here, so every reason to expect that. Let's just avoid it. Let's play a bit prophylactically right now. Try to regain control of the position bit by bit. Uh, yeah, let's take it off. Let's challenge the open file. If he tries to go groovy on me, then I might go groovy back, although I'm not sure I should. I shouldn't. I shouldn't go groovy back. If he does this, okay. So we have a totally even game now, and the position is also even. It's a knight and pawn endgame. But you have to play that first move precisely, and he didn't. This first move of the endgame, you have to think, my friend, you have to think. Know what are you planning to do. Don't just play with the general principles. Oh, king in the center, that's what we gotta do in endgame. No, it's so tricky, my friend, so tricky. I hope you never have to learn how hard chess really is. Really, I mean that. You would have lived a good life if you never had to learn the bitter, harsh truths about the game that we all so dearly love. A little bit risky here play from me, allowing this knight check, but I guess it's not a big deal. Guess it's not a big deal. And now we do have our own knight check of our own coming in here potentially. We do have a knight check of our own over there as well. And with this final blunder here, we can call it good night. Good night, my friend. You gotta work on your end games. Everyone in here, work on your freaking end games. This is a 2000 player, and this is what we can do to him. You guys, you don't know. You need to study your end games. Okay. Put this out here just to create some pressure. Although I perhaps should have just done. I'm just gonna do the basic stuff, showing you the technique on how to win with a knight. You would try to attack 2 pawns at the same time. That's what you try to do. It's simple as that. That's all we're trying to do. And now 3 times in a row, our friend here, who probably thought, it's a draw in endgame, hasn't figured out that it ain't. It ain't. I'm a little bit concerned about this check, so I want to stifle play. I want to start closing his options. Okay, he's played this approach instead. We have the check here, and the check actually cuts him off from the knight. We have the intermezzo check that saves the day. No, but we can just take it like this anyway. May as well just do it like that. Have a swift all right, good game. That was a interesting game, and I hope it was at least instructive from that end game point of view, if anything else. Let's have a look. 91%, no surprise there. And we had a stellar opening and a pretty solid end game. Let's have a look at it. So even though I really didn't know exactly what I was doing in the opening, yeah, this move was bad. This move was definitely bad, and this was not even a good follow-up, but yeah. So I started out with, down a pawn, but he's not playing precisely, and he's already given away the advantage, it seems like, by this point. So, yeah, it's already close to an even game, but there's still plenty of chess to be played, and he's got good pressure going on me. But here's where I felt like I had myself a chance. Although this is apparently not as bad as it looks. It just wiped out the material deficit, but it did give him a positional edge, as I was alluding to. Um, it's just that he simplified, he pittered away his own advantage in a way by allowing the simplification and then thinking, not thinking about what he has to do. You have to spend time in that first move after all the trades are done. Think, how are you winning? How is your opponent winning? And what do you do to stop it? You have to spot this idea. It's simple. That's the only way for the knight against pawns in the endgame. You gotta attack the double pawn like this. That's the only way. And then we're just tangoing the knight around and winning more pawns. And it's just we're kind of embarrassing him. In all honesty, we're kind of embarrassing him. Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Cheers.